Have you heard about the budget cuts coming to the OUSD? You might have heard about some of your favorite teachers getting fired and schools being shut down. Well, we're here to tell you what's really going on with these budget cuts.
Schools need a lot of money to keep running. You gotta pay the teachers, keep the lights on, buy equipment. Last year, the OUSD budget was about $600 million, or $5,000 per student. That's a lot of money. But actually, it's not that much money compared to other districts in California and across the country.
In case you haven't heard, California's economy is not doing so well. People are losing their jobs and they're paying less taxes to the government in Sacramento.
California is in billions of dollars of debt, and to start paying it off, the government has to either raise taxes or cut their spending. But it's almost impossible to raise taxes in California. That's because of a law passed in 1978 called Prop 13.
Prop 13 says that in order to raise taxes, 2/3 of the Congress have to vote on it, but that almost never happens. The OUSD is preparing for a cut of $30 million. That is $844 per student. So in April, the district had to tell 600 teachers that they might get fired by sending them pink slips. Irene Kim is one of them. She's a first-year teacher from Oakland International High School.
I was hired 1 week before school started, so it was all very last minute, and so basically I knew I was going to get pink slipped.
That's because new teachers are more likely to get fired since they don't have a lot of experience. This is the second straight year that Miss Kim has been fired. Last year, she worked at Berkeley High School, and she doesn't know where she'll be next year.
It's just getting really tired of trying to find a new job and having to start from scratch all over again.
A small school like Oakland International, with a lot of new teachers, is more likely to lose a large amount of their staff. 6 of the 20 teachers at Oakland International got pink slips.
As a small, tight-knit staff who knows one another and knows our students so well, to lose even one of those would be really hard. But to lose 6 is devastating.
Courtney Career was one of the 200 teachers that attended a teachers' convention in April, shortly after the pink slips were issued. Teachers were here to tell the administration how to improve the district. 2 of the district leaders in attendance were Superintendent Tony Smith and Betty Olsen Jones, the president of the Teachers Union.
The state is not making students a priority. They're not making teaching and learning a priority. A lot of people say, well, the state just doesn't have the money. They've got the money. They've got money to build prisons. We're number 1 in the country in prison spending and number 49th or 50th in per pupil funding.
For teachers at the convention, that kind of funding is not acceptable.
A state like California, which has such immense wealth, to not be funding public education should be criminal.
Brenda Tui and many other teachers here were wearing signs reminding the administration about their pink slips.
So how many of us have one of these? How many of us? So number 1 recommendation, rescind all the layoff notices, short-term recommendation, retain all the current teachers.
Superintendent Tony Smith said he would try to keep those teachers around.
I have made this commitment and I will continue to work on it. Rescind as many notices as possible.
And actually, he did. He took back most of the pink slips, which means that a lot of teachers still have their jobs.
But back at Oakland International, Ms. Kim is still trying to find a job for next year.
So I'm still just kind of waiting for the district to tell me what they're going to do next. If they're telling me that my pink slip is final and that I am being released from the district, then I will probably have to look for another job at another district. Actually, not probably. It will be absolutely. I will have to find another job at a different school district, which is unfortunate, but that's what I'm going to have to do.
And even though most teachers are keeping their jobs, the district had to go into deeper debt in order to keep them. That means that next year, the problem is only going to get worse, unless the state does something about education funding and makes the students a priority.
That might mean raising taxes and find other ways to increase our funding. Ask your teachers or leaders at your school to see what you can do to help fund our public education.